President, Acting Speaker. Acting Speaker, I rise today, it is August, in this House to address the Honorable Members and several matters of importance to our people, our government, and our journey to ultimate freedom and independence. Mr. Speaker, firstly, I announce to this Honorable House that our Chief Secretary, Mr. Cedric Imata, has resigned as Chief Secretary to the Autonomous Bougainville Government as the Head of Public Service. Mr. Imata was referred to the Bougainville Senior Appointment Committee last year for misconduct in the office. 2 weeks ago, the BSAC deliberated the petition against Mr. Imata and decided that a board of inquiry would have to be convened as sustained the allegations against him. Acting Speaker, consent with the provisions of the Bougainville Senior Appointment Act 2014, the committee suspended Mr. Imata as Chief Secretary and notified him of its decision to convene a board of inquiry. And upon receipt of the suspension notice, Mr. Imata handed me the resignation, which I accepted as the chairman of the BSAC. I cannot speculate on allegations against Mr. Imata. The process to ascertain the facts behind allegations against him were prematurely ended when Mr. Imata resigned. Despite the circumstances surrounding this exit, I thank Mr. Imata for the contributions to the ABG and the people of Bougainville. Acting Speaker, I also announce to this Honorable House that Bougainville Executive Council has appointed the Secretary for Law and Justice and Principal Legal Advisor, Mr. Kenneth Nane, as the Acting Chief Secretary and the Head of Bougainville Public Service. Mr. Nane has been directed to introduce as immediate intervention for institutional reforms in the Bougainville Public Service. Mr. Nane is charged with focusing primarily on economic sector departments. The government and the administration must begin to focus on varied economic strategies and projects, especially industries that our people are involved in. There are three main areas that I want Bougainvilleans to start earning revenue from by this year, and these are a stringent taxation regime, and if need to be, the current structure needs to be overhauled. Agriculture, that means cocoa, coconut, vanilla, etc. Number 3 is fisheries, tuna, bed steamers, seaweed, crab farming. 4, small-scale mining and small-scale mining. Acting Speaker, members of this Honorable House, I have a principle that I have always lived by. I focus on controlling and achieving what is within my means, instead of wasting precious time on efforts on futile activities that are impractical and cannot be achieved. The same could be said about our efforts to build a viable economy. We have the potential to generate considerable revenue from economic activities that our people are already in. With the proper guidance and policies, we can generate a revenue stream 10 times more than the current 50 million internal revenue that we earn annually. Acting Speaker, I have directed the Acting Chief Secretary to revitalize the public service through an old government approach. The approach must be holistic in the sense that there is a positive growth in our human resource capacity and progress in the manner in which they serve our people. At Bougainville Public Service dedication at Gagan, I reminded our public servants of their functions to induce the following: economic empowerment by providing investment and business opportunity that will contribute to nation's growth, harnessing our natural resources to developing major investment in the mining, agriculture, and manufacturing industries. Education empowerment by providing a modern high standard of education at the primary, secondary, and the tertiary levels that is compulsory and free for all our people. Health empowerment by providing good quality health service that are affordable and accessible to our people. Infrastructure development such as roads, schools, airports, and wharves, and with modernized towns and urban areas throughout Bougainville. Acting Speaker, it is also vitally important that we must empower our people to actively participate in political and development process in Bougainville. Our people must be able to participate and take ownership of every development sector in Bougainville. Acting Speaker, the BEC has given its full blessings to the acting Chief Secretary to impose immediate structural and administrative changes within Bougainville Public Service. The role of the Bougainville Public Service is to implement legal directives of the government. Public servants served the government and the people of Bougainville by ensuring these directives are implemented. Acting Speaker, at this juncture, I want to thank the Minister for Finance, Honorable Robin Wilson, and the Acting Chief Secretary for Finance and Treasury, Mr. Joshua Tauko. Their combined efforts have brought about a semblance of order within the department. I'm glad to know that they will be pursuing the fraudulent case involving 2 million that was drawn for various peace activities by department staff. The Acting Chief Secretary will support in pursuing this matter. Acting Speaker, on the floor of this Honorable House, I want to clearly state that ABG does not recognize the appointment of the Assistant Commissioner Anthony Wagambi Jr. as the Deputy Chief of Bougainville Police Service by the Commissioner of Police, David Manning. I have nothing but respect for Mr. Wakambi when I see as an exemplary officer in Papua New Guinea Royal Constabulary. Whilst it can be argued that a form of legal standpoint, the appointment of the officers below rank of the Chief of Bougainville Police is a prerogative of the Commissioner of Police in the principle, that is correct. We signed the Bougainville Peace Agreement with the national government and to end a 10-year civil war. The Bougainville Peace Agreement exists to protect the civil liberties of our people and empower the autonomous arrangement for Bougainville. The spirit of the Bougainville Peace Agreement calls upon the joint implementation of the agreement by ABG and the national government, whilst the appointment of the rank and file of BPS still remains the responsibility of the Commissioner of Police in keeping with the spirit of the Bougainville Peace Agreement. The ABG should have been consulted on the appointment of Mr. Wagambi or any senior appointment to the BPS for that matter. Acting Speaker, the BPA is not merely a legal document that can be interpreted at will by ignorant fledglings. It is an agreement that provides a path towards defining an ultimate political future as an independent sovereign nation. You cannot interpret BPA as a standalone legal document without understanding the struggles of our people, our fight for freedom, and the cost of 20,000 lives, and the historical context behind our push for secession. As leaders of Bougainville, our loyalty must always lie with our people and Bougainville's independence mission. When you are called to choose a side, we must always choose Bougainville. Acting Speaker, our vision for Bougainville is independence. This means we must build a future where our people can strive, where they can enjoy the fruits of their labor, and where they can live in peace and harmony. It is creating a sustainable economy that is resilient and that is capable of driving our development forward. Together, we build a new independent Bougainville that reflects the felt needs and aspirations of our people. Acting Speaker, before I finish, I informed this House that I will be making a separate presentation as the Minister for Minerals and Energy. God bless you all. Thank you.
President, you may proceed with your second statement.
Acting Speaker, I now present my ministerial statement as Minister responsible for Minerals and Energy Resources. Acting Speaker, a Honorable House, I'm sure, and Honorable House, I'm sure that you are all well aware of the recent developments with regards to the Panguna project. As Minister responsible for Minerals and Energy, I have exercised my powers under the Bougainville Mining Act and have granted the exploration license here, Law 1, over Panguna to Bougainville Copper Limited for 5 years, commencing 31st January 2024. The license was granted in accordance with the law, including the Bougainville Mining Act 2015, the Bougainville Interpretation Act, and consistent with the various similar precedent judicial review cases. Acting Speaker, the grant of Yellow 1 has also settled a long-standing National Court judicial review case between ABG and BCL. I informed the House that the Court of Official ordered the matter discontinued on Tuesday, 12 March 2024. Acting Speaker, I inform the members of this Honorable House and the people of Bougainville that the decision to grant BCL 5-year extension ELO 1 was made following due legal process. It was a strategic decision in the interest of Bougainville's economy and our independence timeline. Acting Speaker, licensing of the Panguna project will positively impact on the revenue situation for Bougainville with local employment and local procurement of goods and services. Bougainville GST and income tax receipts are also expected to increase this year. We will see direct, indirect, and induced economic activities with local projects expenditure. Acting Speaker, the honorable members, I encourage all of you to take time to read the attachment to this statement. The attachment provides further details on the mineral project life cycle. You will note that as it stands, the extension of Yellow 1 must not be seen by members of this honorable House or the people of Bougainville as a mining license. A mining license is governed by its own set of rules and processes under the Bougainville Mining Act 2015. Negotiations for mining license is a subject that will be discussed at the appropriate time by all relevant stakeholders following the requirements of the Bougainville Mining Act 2015. Acting Speaker, the administration has been tasked with providing necessary support to the license holder, ensure the project is processed, and is also ensured that the stakeholder engagement is ongoing so our people are fully informed and can support the government in progressing the project. The department is currently in the process of setting up office in Arawa to ensure ongoing stakeholder engagement is maintained. Acting Speaker, I note from the last sitting that there were various comments in relation to small-scale mining in Bougainville. I assure you that this is a priority area for me as the minister responsible. Currently, the Bougainville Mining Act allows Bougainville's to undertake small-scale mining relation activities without being the holder of a license, lease, or permit or result. We have all seen the negative ongoing social, economic, and environmental implications of an unregulated small-scale mining sector. But the Act also provides a process for removal of that protection. Acting Speaker, I announced that it is my intention to remove the legal protection available to small-scale miners and the removal of the legal protection that will pave the way for strengthening the regulation of this sector. This includes the enforcement of offenses and penalties, provisions for unauthorized activities, including confiscation of illegal equipment and machinery, confiscation of mineral obtained unlawfully, to name a few. Acting Speaker, we have already commenced with the enforcement of the offenses and penalties, provisions on expatriate was recently arrested and charged under offenses and penalties provisions of the Act. This matter is currently before the courts. I send a strong warning to those undertaking unauthorized activity in Bougainville. We have a government in place. We have laws in place. Respect the government on the ground, adhere the laws of the land. I strongly urge all our government departments to ensure that our laws are fully implemented. Acting Speaker, work on the review of Mining Act is now at its concluding stage. After BEC endorsement of a wider stakeholder consultation will begin, and eventually this year, the process amendments will be presented to the House for deliberation. A key revenue proposal including in the amendment is the introduction of a gold levy on all gold living Bougainville. Currently, the ABG does not collect any revenue from ongoing gold, and there is no legal basis for the ABG to do so. The gold levy will provide the legal basis for the collections of the levy by the government on all gold living Bougainville. Acting Speaker, with that, I thank you for the opportunity to present my statement. Now I comment all two statements in the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.